Welcome to Christiana Pranayama, where the threefold path of mental, physical, and spiritual mastery intersect. Today's yoga class is all about the full moon in Virgo. This full moon in Virgo is shedding light in the areas of our lives that could use more organization, more planning, and more integrity. It's a chance to leave behind outmoded methods of organizing and compartmentalizing. We will be exploring these themes today with a guided meditation and yoga sequences based on the angel of agriculture, the original technology, but that of systems and progress that benefits humankind. Towards the end of class, we will learn a pranayama technique called Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. And finally, we'll end the class with simple suggestions on how you can invoke more Virgo energy into your everyday life, whether or not you are one. Grab a seat on your mat and let's get started. As a mutable earth sign, Virgo is characterized by its analytical and practical approach, attention to detail, and a strong sense of responsibility, embodying qualities of precision and organization. Virgos are also highly reliable and dedicated individuals, always willing to lend a helping hand to others. Their down-to-earth and grounded demeanor is complemented by a deep sense of humility, making them approachable and genuine in their interactions. Harnessing the power of the full moon in Virgo will help you to refine your approach to organization and streamlining, enhance your attention to detail and efficiency, evaluate for improvement in various aspects of your life, and prioritize practical and mental health and wellness routines to promote overall well-being. So let's open class with an Om to soothe our vagus nerve and activate our parasympathetic nervous system, followed by 1 minute of silence to tap into our breath, into our bodies, into our mat, into presence. Deep breath in. Imagine yourself sitting under a tree, shaded from the late summer sun. As you look out before you, you see an almost endless expanse of golden, sparkling wheat fields. See the wind play on the sheaves of wheat. Listen to the rustle of stalks against each other. Birds are coasting along the gusts of wind. A figure emerges from the wheat field, wearing a large straw hat and comfortable overalls, long sleeves rolled up so you can see their dark, deep, rich, sun-tanned forearms. As the figure approaches you, you see it as a woman, radiating joy in her smile. She is standing in front of you, reaching out her hand to help you up. You grab her hand, and she heaves you up to stand, patting you on the back like she's proud of you for showing up today. She motions to the wheat fields and has a look of such pride on her face. You know she is the one who has planted and tended these fertile fields. She grasps your hands in her own and forms them into a flat tray in front of you. She begins to trace a grid down your fingers and over your palms, and you see small stalks of wheat emerge out of your hands, growing into a miniature wheat field. Put your lips together and blow over this wheat field in your palms. Watch how the stalks sway in the wind. Then take a big, deep inhale and forcefully blow all the air out over your palms, seeing the wheat blow in a million directions like the head of a dandelion. Once more, strong breath to get all the furniture, wheat off your hands. Look up from your hands and see that you are alone again. Notice the farmer left her big straw hat on the ground. Bend over, pick it up, and place it on your head. It fits perfectly. Feel the peace and calm of this late summer's day. Take a few more breaths in this field, smelling the hot summer wheat. Begin to feel back into your body, noticing how your clothes feel, the temperature of the air, and any sounds in the room. Deepen your breaths whenever you're ready. Flutter the eyes open. Beautiful work. Meet me in Tadasana at the center of the mat, facing the long edge for our Vinyasa Moon Flow. Breathe into your heels and the balls of your feet. Make sure your spine, your chest, your torso, and your abdomen are all in one straight line. Inhale the arms up overhead, interlacing the fingers, and exhale, bend to the left. Inhale into the right side body. Exhale towards the center. Inhale, hands up a little higher. Exhale, bending the torso to the right. Inhale into the left side body. Exhale, back to center. And jump the legs out more than hips distance. Open the arms out into a cactus and squat down for goddess pose. Take a few breaths here, feeling into your sacrum, into your tailbone. You can close the eyes if you'd like. Release and straighten the legs from the goddess pose to come stand in 5 pointed star pose. Stretch the arms out completely at shoulder level while also straightening your knees, and place your feet firmly on the mat. The blades of your feet are parallel to each other. Pivot your left toes out at a 90-degree angle, and we're going to reach with our left hand all the way out, bringing the arms down to come into triangle pose. Inhale here, opening the right hands to the ceiling. And then swivel the whole body so that it goes over the left leg into pyramid pose. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, relax everything over the leg. Bend that left knee, coming down into a low lunge pose, Anjaneyasana. Hands up overhead, pressing the hips down. And then swiveling over to the side, your hands can be on the mat for Skandasana. And then come into center, heel toeing the feet in together if you need to for garland pose. A few breaths here. And then move into Skandasana on the other leg. Great. Swivel yourself around to go into low lunge pose, Anjaneyasana, with the right foot forward. Inhale the arms up overhead, pressing into the hips. You can use your fingertips here to press your hips up into the air, straightening out the right knee for a pyramid pose with the right foot forward. And then keeping your right hand on the mat, open up your left arm out, opening up the hip into triangle pose. Bringing energy into your core, into your torso, to lift yourself back into five-pointed star pose. Stretching the arms out at shoulder level while adjusting your feet back in. The blades of your feet are parallel. Deep inhale in, really stretch everything out. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows into goddess pose. And then jump, step, or hop back into the center of your mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale into the right side of the torso. Exhale back to center. Inhale the hands up, fingertips up. Exhale to the right. Inhale into the left side body. Exhale, come back up to center. Tadasana. Facing the front of your mat, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, jump or hop back into plank position. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into Sphinx pose, elbows directly under the shoulder. Bend your right knee and grab your right foot with your right hand, bringing the heel towards the glute. And gently let it go. Bring your left heel in and grab it with your left hand, pressing the heel towards the glute. And gently let it go, letting the foot return to the mat. Tuck the toes and come into your first downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, swaying the hips. And then walk your feet up to the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. Heel-toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat with your toes facing outwards, and come to a squat for garland pose. Pushing your elbows into your knees, palms together in prayer at heart center, pressing the chest outward, looking up with the eyes if you can. Feel the stability in this pose, and also feel how your desire, your willpower, can push you through to the next level. On an exhale, come to sit on your mat with your knees falling outward, the soles of your feet in together for butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. You can flutter the knees up and down, or you can keep them stable. Pulling your chest forward, letting your shoulder blades melt down your back. Grab your right knee with your left hand, bringing your right hand behind you for an easy twist. Inhale, spine straight. Exhale to twist. Inhale, spine straight. Exhale to twist. Inhale, spine straight, looking behind you as far as you can with your eyes. Exhale, swivel back to center. And then repeat on the other side. Right hand on your left knee. Inhale the spine straight. Exhale to twist. Inhale the spine straight. Exhale to twist. Inhale the spine straight, looking back behind you with your eyes as far as you can. Exhale to unwind back to center. Leaning forward if you can, crawling your fingertips out in front of you. Push yourself back up into a seated position. Straighten your legs out in front of you for staff pose. Moving the flesh out from under your hips. Pressing into the mat with your wrists. Trying to let your shoulder blades melt down your spine. Don't cave in here. And then yogi's choice, either reverse tabletop with bent knees or with straight legs. So if you're going into reverse tabletop or altar pose, put the soles of your feet on the floor and press up to the ceiling with your hips, letting your head fall backwards if you can. Otherwise, it's the same motion, just with straight legs, and try to get the tips of those toes on the mat. It's a very difficult pose. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring the hips back to the mat. Staff pose, Dandasana, one more time. Pressing into the mat with your wrists, looking forward, and then let that go. Revolved staff pose, with your left hand on the outside of your right knee, looking over the right side. Breathe here. And then try and lift that right leg, grabbing onto the outside of the right blade of the foot with the left hand, reaching back behind you with the right hand. Revolved heron pose variation. Gently let the foot back down onto the mat. You're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee, and then bend your left knee up to the ceiling, up towards your chest, bringing it close to you. If you need to lean back here, that's fine, but try and bring your left knee as close to your chest as you can for sitting swan pose. Let it all go, finding staff pose again, straight legs, straight arms, wrists pressing into the mat. And then twist to the left side with your right hand on the outside of your left knee, your left hand behind you, looking over the left side. And then grab on to the outside of your left foot with your right hand and lift that up into the air, stretching that left arm back behind you. Revolved heron pose on the other side. And let it all go, unwinding back to center. Cross your left ankle on top of your right knee and bring your right knee up to the ceiling, the sole of your right foot on the mat, trying to bring that left leg in towards the chest as much as you can. If you need to lean back here, that's fine. Swan pose. And then let all that go. Come to kneel on your knees with your toes tucked for a toe squat. Try and get into the fascia of those toes, really breaking up any of those little muscles, all of that little tension, that big tension that's in those little toes. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. 5 more breaths here. Fold forward, putting your fingertips on the mat. Bring your hips up into the air for a forward fold. Slowly roll back up to standing. Beautiful. Now jump your legs out about 3 feet apart from each other and bend those knees. And then we're going to fold forward for an intense leg stretch pose, Prasarita Padottanasana. If you have tripod headstand in your practice, now is a great time to take it. Otherwise, you can practice holding on to opposite elbows, shaking your head yes and no. You can also place one hand on the mat, breathing the other arm up towards the ceiling for a lovely twist, and then switching sides. If you're up in tripod headstand, go ahead and begin to come down onto the mat. And we'll all meet in child's pose, Balasana. Flip over onto your back for bridge pose. Set the soles of your feet on the mat so that you can graze your ankles with the tips of your fingertips. And then on an inhale, push into the mat with your heels, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, scooching your shoulder blades towards each other. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your back down to the mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your knees for Pawan Muktasana, wind release pose. You can roll side to side or roll your knees out one way and then roll them out the other. And then let your knees stack on top of each other off to the right side of your mat. Left arm straight, looking over your left shoulder. Bringing your knees back to center, let them fall over onto the left side. Right arm straight, looking out over your right shoulder. Bringing your knees back to center, straighten out those legs and straighten the arms for Shavasana. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, circling out the wrists and the ankles. And then curl off into one side into a really tight fetal position, giving thanks for 3 things. And then use your top hand to push yourself up into a comfortable seated position, eyes closed if you can keep them that way. Bringing your hands to heart center in prayer, we'll close together with an Om. Inhale in. Om. Flutter open the eyes. Excellent work. Today's pranayama practice is Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. It's an advanced yogic breathing technique that offers a host of benefits. Often known as skull shining breath, Kapalabhati comes from 2 Sanskrit words, Kapala, which translates to skull, and Bhati, which means light. It's an exercise that purifies, rejuvenates, and invigorates the mind and body. When you practice this breath, visualize your skull filling with a bright light. This is how its name came about. Do not practice Kapalabhati if you are pregnant or if you have high blood pressure, acid gastric issues, heart disease, or abdominal pain. You should also stop or slow down if you feel dizzy or anxious, and wait at least 30 minutes after eating to practice skull shining breath. The important thing to remember for this exercise is that your inhale is passive and your exhale is the forceful, powerful movement. Start this practice at a slow pace, and with time you can build some speed if it feels comfortable for you to do so. So, sitting comfortably in an upright position, resting your hands on your lower belly. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure to place both feet on the ground. Now let's take a deep, cleansing breath before we begin. In through your nose, out through the mouth. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your belly with air about 3/4 of the way full. In a quick motion, forcefully expel all the air from your lungs while drawing your navel in towards your spine. The primary movement is from your diaphragm. Allow your lungs to fill up naturally with no effort as your belly expands. Perform this cycle with me 10 times, then allow your breathing to return to normal and observe the sensations in your body. Let's do it together. Inhale. Back to normal. Let's do it one more time together. Inhale in, 3/4 of the way full. Back to normal. You can use Kapalabhati in the morning for an invigorating wake-up call, mid-afternoon to get over that midday slump, and also when you're cold. A few rounds of Kapalabhati can warm you up even on a snowy day. For the rest of the week, I want you to celebrate and invoke these things into your life. The serenity of a freshly cleaned space, streamlined systems, a helpful spirit, being of service to those in need, taking great care of your body by eating clean and exercising, and allowing yourself to be inspired by the magic of nature and natural beauty. If you feel inspired to get a head start on spring cleaning, this is a great week for it. Seek out the people who appreciate your analytical mind and the environments where you feel a sense of order and precision. Express your practical nature, refine your attention to detail, pursue activities that align with your methodical approach and fill you with a sense of accomplishment. For extra credit, you can carve a white candle with the symbol of Virgo and burn it during your full moon ritual, and share your opinions in the comments. If you enjoyed this class, let me know by clicking the thumbs up button below, and if you want to keep up with these esoteric yoga sessions, be sure to subscribe to this channel for a new video every Monday at 8 a.m. I'd love to invite you to join my exclusive and free group for spiritual seekers. The link is in the description, along with several other links you might find interesting. Thank you for joining me in this full moon Virgo practice. Happy moon magicking. Namaste.